So joining me now is Conservative MP for Lichfield, Michael Fabricant. Michael, thank you for joining me. So do you think that Boris Johnson should remain leader of your party?
I certainly do, because I think there's so much confusion and so much anger out there about what's been going on. I mean, the latest nonsense I've heard today is this Save Operation Big Dog or something, which is supposed to be the name to save Boris Johnson. This is a complete fiction made up by a journalist. Nobody at Downing Street, nobody in Chequers has ever heard of this name at all, so that's wrong. And also, you know, there also needs to be greater clarity, and I hope that Sue Gray will give that clarity about exactly what has been going on in Downing Street and what was actually known to the Prime Minister, because at least one of the events, the one, in fact, which was held on the eve of Prince Philip's funeral, was a civil service going away party, and Boris didn't know anything about it. And indeed, he was in Chequers at the time. And why should he know about it? There are over 150 people, I believe, who work in numbers 10, 11 and 12 Downing Street. The whole sort of complex is not together. There are well over 100 offices. I think people they are angry, and I understand why they're angry. But as I say, I think there's got to be clarity. I think people need to know what really has been going on, not what's been reported in the press, which is somewhat skewed.
Would you say then that this, because I mean, this is a sort of drip effect, or it feels like death by a million cuts here.
Yes.
Would you say that, because to me, as an observer with no loyalty to either side, what I'm seeing is that there seems to be a concerted effort by some element to try and remove Boris Johnson in whatever way, shape or form they can, because there were even complaints about a Zoom call. So I'm sort of looking at it and thinking, well, is this how it looks to you?
Yeah. You can't actually catch COVID over Zoom, and you can't catch COVID off me because I'm talking to you via a sort of Zoom network that we have, and I haven't got COVID, by the way. But you're absolutely right. It is this sort of remorseless drip, 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 and I think it's become obvious to people. And I think part of this is for two reasons. One reason is people want to get rid of Boris because they have what I call long Brexit, not long COVID, long Brexit. They haven't got over the fact that Boris delivered Brexit and they want to destroy him for it. So that's number one. And the second reason is because they think Boris is a winner. They know that the next general election won't be until 2024. And if that's the case, and Boris is still in power, there's a very real risk, as they see it, that he will win it for the Conservatives again. Because he's not the sort of normal, boring, dull Prime Minister that we've had, you know, for quite some time. And I think that's why there is this concerted effort by the press and other parties to get rid of it. And it is so contrived. I mean, some of these events which happened 2 years ago have been known about for 6 months or longer, and yet they're gradually being dripped out one by one. It's all
Michael,
very strange, very malicious.